In this Planet Zoo tutorial video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create walkthrough exhibits and all the little tips and tricks along the way what I personally use to give your wonderful animals the home that they deserve. There are many different ways that you can create your custom walkthrough exhibits. Here are some examples of ones I created. So this is a bat exhibit. Obviously it's made entirely, well nearly entirely, out of mesh pieces, apart from this part which I like to call the main body. And then inside our guests can enter, and we've got kind of like a little bat cave here which gives the impression of an indoor viewing area to the bats for our guests. Another example is for the sloths. This is one I created most recently and possibly my favourite one that I've created. Obviously a lot of detailing has gone into this creation, lots of bamboo and custom made fences and barriers. Let's not forget the custom made wall. Let's just go into the entrance here. This is obviously where our guests will come through and then exit from this exit here. Now I've shown you two examples of how your custom made walkthrough exhibits can look. Hopefully you can pick some ideas out of these two. Let's jump into the step-by-step guide on creating these walkthrough exhibits. So here is our walkthrough exhibit. This is what it looks like when you first place it down, and we're going to leave it looking like this for the time being, so don't go changing any settings or anything. Right, the first thing we're going to do is go into this group. So we're going to left click into this group. You'll know when you're in a group because these lines will appear on the floor. And then we're going to build, first of all, a wall. Now bear with me while I explain this. Remember, you want to be in the group. Any old wall, doesn't matter. This wall is not actually going to be in this build. We're going to go on the bottom right and change the grid size to 2 meters. And we're going to go out by 4 meters. So there's 2 if I go out once, and there's 4 if I go out twice. I'm just going to place that down. And now we're going to click on it and separate it from this group. So just click on split from group. And then we're going to do the same with a plaster piece. So I'll type in plaster, go on plaster floors and walls, and we're going to add it to this group and just place it down, click on it, and then split it from the group. So right now we have got 3 separate groups. We've got this one, and then obviously your actual exhibit, which is in a separate group. Now the reason for this is it just makes building modular pieces so much easier. So this is going to be our floor. Remember, design is totally up to you. This is just going to be a very simple way how to create a walkthrough exhibit for you, and hopefully it will help you do this. I've just shown you 2 examples of how I go about creating walkthrough exhibits, so hopefully you took some ideas from there and you're ready to go. So we're going to duplicate this and we're just going to wrap this floor around the exhibit like so. Keep on going and wrap it around, and this is our custom floor. So we're going to actually place a path underneath here, and this is where our guests will be able to walk around the exhibit. We're going to select the whole group, press X, and we're going to lower it down just above ground level like that. And then we're going to go into this group, so just double left click, and now we're into this group, and this is the group where we're going to build the basis of the actual exhibit. For this I like using mesh, so let's go on mesh, type that in on the construction tab, and then I like to use this mesh piece. We're going to recolor this mesh piece to black like this. Just makes everything just looks better and it stands more out. And then we're going to align it with this wood piece, this wall piece. And then we're just going to make sure no bits are poking out and it's all aligned. And then we're just going to place it on the outside of this actual exhibit, just so you can see it like that. And this is going to be the basis for our first modular piece. And once we've got this piece, it's so much more easy. I'll show you. Believe me, stick with it. Right. And then we're going to click on it and we're going to duplicate it and we're going to move it up. Again, design is totally up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different piece here now. Where is it? This is the piece I want because I don't want it that tall. And I'm going to align that up. And then I'm going to go up here. And then I'm going to do this at an angle. Move this out. Align it up again. So it looks like it's connecting. Like that. And now is where we go and customize this. So we go into this, we go on the customize tab, we click on sync wall and ceiling material, and then we change any of the walls to none. We're going to keep the doors and the path in just for now, so it just makes life a little bit easier. But there we have the basis, right? Now we just need to do up this modular piece with any design you want. I like to use the metal pieces, so let's type in metal here. I think I actually have favorited metal beam. There we go. We're going to go on this. I'm going to line this up and just build up this piece however you want it. I'm going to actually recolor these as well. I'm going to try to do kind of like a modern look. So let's put these in the same group, like that. Let's change the color of them to black, heighten these, like that. And we can even, remember design is totally up to you, but you can even do something like this is what I'm thinking of here now. Like that, bring this in. At another angle. Like that. Let's delete this. Delete these. Yeah, that looks better. We'll go with that. So again, metal pieces. That's a bit thick. We don't want that one. Put position snap on and hopefully it'll snap. There we go. It snapped to it. I'm going to go up like that. Up like that. Again, position snap is on, bottom right here. Just let it snap to there. Just so it lines perfectly. Just makes your life a little bit more easier when lining stuff up. Line that up. Line that up. And then we're going to go down like this, put the bottom in. What I like to do is kind of create a mesh barrier like this. This is kind of things you would see in a habitat / exhibit. And then we're going to go on the line like that. On the line like that. And it should be easier then to select these. By the way, if you want to now separately select stuff in the same group, just hold Control and left click. Move these up, rotate these around, and again, get these lined up. Like that. And then the last piece, goes at the top. So after that main piece is complete, I like to then create another barrier, separate one for our actual guests. So this is kind of like the animal barrier, and then we're going to have a guest barrier. Again, another thing that you would actually see in zoos. That'll be, you know, sufficient enough. And then we're going to create a fence. So I'm going to use the conservation pieces because I just love the conservation pieces. And we're going to create a little fence. Turn position snap off now. So let's get that in. Right, for reference, go into your blueprints. You should all have this Steam Workshop item. If you've not got it, go and download it right now. Pause this video and go and download it. And that is the archer. I'm just going to place the archer there. This is the same size as a guest in your zoo, so you know how tall to have your barriers. It just works for scaling so good. Place that there. Build up these conservation pieces now. Don't want any bits poking out. We're going to do that. There, we can get rid of the archer. We've got the right scale now. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna build this with mesh pieces as well. I'm gonna have a little separation here. like that. And then we'll type in mesh again. And then we'll have the square one this time. Again, recolor it to black. And here is our custom made fence/gate. Done. And remember, this is all on the same block. Add some flowers and jobs are good, and you're pretty much nearly done. We just need to close this off. Now there's many ways to close it off. We just need to build a roof is what I'm trying to say. Let's do mesh again. We'll keep with mesh. We'll keep the same theme. Go into this group, make sure you're building in the group. I'm just going to take this mesh piece, rotate it around. Bring it in, bring it across. Like that. With any bits poking out, like here, move them over. But that's just me. I'm just a bit of a perfectionist really. I'm going to get this metal piece, I'll take this round and just finish off this roof part. Line everything up. I'm going to leave the metal piece off here because I'm not sure how it's going to line up. But I'll show you now the ease of copying everything over. Now that's done, the whole sides are pretty much done. So all we have to do is go into this group. We want to hold control down, left click and just drag a box over this. Just like that. It will only select the items in this group. That's why we separated the two previous groups at the start. I hope you're getting this now if you're not already. And we're just going to press duplicate. You see, we've got that now as a whole group. Sorry, look, don't forget my flowers. Let's just put my flowers in. So just merge them together. Double left click back into the group. Remember, control left click drag and you've got it. And the flowers are in now. Now, if it does this, I don't know why it does this actually. It's a bit kind of like, what do you call it, a glitch? It just goes up like 2 or 1 meter high. Just hold the shift button and move your mouse down. There we go. And then just place it. Just like that. And we'll do the same on the other side. How easy is that? There's a bit of a gap there, but we can sort that in a minute. And now we just need to go in that group and delete these wall pieces. Remember, I did say the wall pieces won't be included. And there we've got, oh, you've kind of already got an Avery style walkthrough exhibit. All that's left to do now is just make sure all the gaps like here are filled in and everything's aligned correctly. Right, that's the gaps filled in, and now we're just going to paste the path down, which is made easier because everything's on the grid. Just select the grid, what your custom paths is on, just like that. Select null paths, it just makes life a little bit more easier. If you select any path, it won't really show, look, your custom paths over the top. But we're going to go on null paths like this, and just place your paths around. Don't worry about it being, you know, close to this. Your guests won't overlap, they won't go in the actual exhibit, so don't worry about them clipping into it or anything like that. And just build this round so it's all complete. Add a null path there, and now we can go into this again and we can go on floor and we'll go to none, just like that. There's 2 things left to do now. Create an entrance zone for your guest. By the way, you can just leave it like this as long as you fill these gaps in, but that's the second thing, filling these gaps in. You can fill these gaps in and just leave it like that. Put a solid door on here or just have it like that and you've got your simple walkthrough exhibit. But I like to actually add a building just to make everything look a little bit more better. It's just the way I like to do things. Again, for the building, we're going to do a little trick, what I've just showed you. Nice, add it to this group. That's the first one we're going to do. So just so it aligns to everything and we place it down. And then we go into the actual wall and we split it from the group. And then we can just duplicate this over how we wish. So I say I want the door there. And then we'll come across 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, just like that. Close that space off. And then I want some different heights in it. Again, I know I've already said this, but design is totally up to you with this. I'm going to come out one. Like this. I actually don't know what to put in this exhibit. I might put the butterfly. It's just giving me butterfly vibes. Don't know why, it just is. So move this over, make sure everything's aligned. Actually, delete that one, kinda. We'll extend the floor in the floor group. Fill in that like that. And then we're going to recolor this like that. We're going to stick a roof on. I'm going to want to overhang on this roof. So this is how you do overhang. You go into grid size, you just move it down to 1 meter and you just come out 1 meter. Again, we'll do 1 meter. Get an overhang on this roof as well. We've got our door where our guests will come in. They will come in, they will go through the exhibit, and they will leave out of that way. This is your very standard creation of walkthrough exhibit, but it does look good. These walls and these roofs, design, again, totally up to you. Let's take a little flashback of my sloth exhibit and I'll show you how I've done the walls there. See, the wall design here, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I'm really happy how this one came out. The wall design here is so good, I really like it, especially with the rustic look with the cracks. We've got a little sign that says entrance here. We even got this elevated area that goes all around the outside of the exhibit. The guests come in and they go through the walkthrough exhibit. The building style itself is very similar to this one, what we've been building, as you can see there. And if you do want to learn how to create custom walls like I have done in this sloth exhibit, then I have got a tutorial on that on the channel. The link will be in the description down below. Let's just add some windows to this just to spruce things up a little bit. And now we have got the main building where our guests will come in, they will walk through the exhibit and everything is pretty much done. All we have to do is fill in these little gaps, which I will show you me doing right now. This can be probably the most fiddly thing. The easy work is done, now it's just filling in these gaps. But don't worry, if you mess up, it will still look good. I'll explain as I go along. So again, we want to do the mesh piece. Now, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to select these pieces like this and separate it from the group. Let's turn it round. Let's just place it there for now. Go back in the group, select everything, split it from the group. And now we'll just duplicate that all. It's not on the mesh piece. Let's select everything and merge it. Advanced move it. There we go. We've got it separate now. So we're just going to build up this area. Go to the lower pieces, go to the smaller pieces, like this. Just line everything up. Don't worry about this door, because we're going to change this door to null. It's just stay in there now, so we know where it is. Bang all these pieces in. Make sure they're all aligned, remember. It will just work better. If these are a little bit of a crossover like this, it's not the end of the world, is it? But you know me, I've already said it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. When I like to do something, I like to do it proper. Not everybody's the same, I know. Duplicate it over. Toggle world axis. And then, come on, line up. Like that. I know we've got like that bar there and all that. Which isn't obviously a problem. Fill in the gaps what I've not copied over. Like this. And now we're going to actually add the animals and see how everything comes out looking. And there we go, our butterflies are in, and obviously they're very happy. Now, when you do put an animal in here, it does like to change some settings in the customize tab. Just change them back. I don't understand why it actually does this. Put that on, and you'll see here I have included a little door that looks like the exit. I've just created a little corner piece here, extending the mulch and the foliage along, just to make sure it gives it a whole complete look. So there we have it. By the way, inside as well, I've already included the facilities that we need. So a trade centre and a keeper's hut, giving easy access to the actual exhibit itself. And there we go. Remember, by the way, inside, nature tab, spruce this up. You can add flowers, you can add trees, you can add all kinds of ornaments in the actual inside of a walkthrough exhibit. So don't just leave it bare, like you can see this one here. But there we go, step by step on how to create a walkthrough exhibit, and most importantly, how to make them look better than most people do. If this video did help you, then hit that like button. If you're new around here and you're into Planet Zoo stuff, then you might as well subscribe. My name's Adam, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next Planet Zoo video.